Everything begins in the laboratory. Here, Korean scientists cultivate pure mushroom cultures using decades of research and precision genetics. Under sterile conditions, technicians propagate the culture with precision. One contamination would ruin months of research. The flame sterilizes every instrument. These petri dishes contain pure mycelium. Each culture is tested for contamination and genetic purity. Only perfect cultures proceed to production. Cultures are grown in liquid medial. The constant shaking aerates the broth, accelerating mycelium growth. Thousands of spores multiply exponentially.
This liquid spawn is drawn into sterile syringes. Each one contains billions of living mycelium cells.
Quality control is absolute. Every batch is examined for contamination and viability. Only perfect cultures are approved for production use.
Each syringe is labeled, scanned, and stored at 4 degrees Celsius, keeping these master cultures stable for months.
A central tracking system logs every culture, linking strain, storage time, and final grow room.
Sterile spawn never touches open factory air. It moves through sealed transfer hatches straight from the lab into the production line.
A high-capacity mixer blends the ingredients into a uniform, moist substrate. Moisture, mixed time.
Tons of sawdust, grain, and minerals arrive daily. Each pallet is scanned into the system, feeding exact formulas for the substrate mix. The finished substrate feeds directly into a high-speed bottling line. Multi-head fillers drop precise doses into thousands of bottles every hour. Robotic cappers place and press every breathable lid with millimeter precision, sealing thousands of bottles per hour without ever touching the substrate. Vision systems scan every bottle, checking fill level and cap position in milliseconds, and automatically removing anything that fails specification. Loaded carts roll into industrial autoclaves, massive pressure vessels that will sterilize every bottle before any living culture is added.
The chamber seals in, and pressure rises to 15 degrees.
For over an hour, the substrate sits at full temperature and pressure, giving steam time to penetrate every bottle and wipe out competing microbes. After a controlled cool down, the sterile bottles are rolled into a filtered cooling room, ready for inoculation with pure mushroom spawn. Before inoculation, staff pass through an air shower into a positive pressure clean room, where HEPA filters strip contaminants from the incoming air.
Laminar hoods create a mini clean room, pushing sterile HEPA-filtered air over the work surface so spores and mycelium can be handled without contamination.
Each cooled bottle receives a precise shot of liquid culture through a self-sealing port, a sterile injection that brings the inert substrate to life. For mass production, multi-needle machines inject entire rows of bottles at once, delivering identical doses of liquid culture with industrial speed.
Newly inoculated bottles are racked by batch and moved on rolling shelves toward warm incubation rooms, where mycelium will colonize the substrate. Inside the incubation chamber, thousands of bottles rest at a constant 24 degrees. Over the next 2 weeks,
for mass production, multi-needle machines inject entire rows of bottles at once, delivering identical doses of liquid culture with industrial speed. Newly inoculated bottles are racked by batch and moved on rolling shelves toward warm incubation rooms, where mycelium will colonize the substrate.
inside the incubation chamber, thousands of bottles at a constant 24 degrees.
Each colonized bottle is inspected for off-color patches and bacterial slime. Clean bottles advance.
Once colonization is complete, the white bottles leave incubation and head towards specialized fruiting rooms, where mushrooms will finally form.
With sustained humidity and gentle fresh air exchange, pins swell into tight clusters, full caps forming in just a few days.
Fruiting begins in cool, humid air, around 90% humidity, triggering thousands of tiny pins to appear across every bottle.
At peak, the room stays stable, roughly 85 to 95% humidity and cool temperatures, so caps finish dense and unblemished.
Harvesters look for caps that have just flattened, edges still tight, which gives the best texture, shelf life, and flavor.
After trimming, mushrooms are split into premium and processing grades, so only the most uniform caps continue to fresh retail packs.
Clusters are cut cleanly at the base, leaving a small stump so the block can fruit again, while keeping stems tidy and free from substrate. Computer vision systems score each mushroom by size, shape, and surface quality.
then airjet them into different lanes for premium and standard packs.
Multi-head weighers build perfect combinations to hit exact tray weights, with check weighers confirming every pack before sealing.
Exact weight portions drop into ventilated trays, then travel under breathable anti-fog film designed to let mushrooms respire without drying out.
Sealed under a gentle gas mix, each tray gets a tight, crystal-clear lid that slows browning and extends shelf life in the cold chain. Every pack carries a barcode and QR code, linking it back to the exact grow room, harvest day, and cooling history. For full farm-to-store, finished trays are stacked into ventilated crates and palletized, each pallet labeled with batch and destination for efficient cold room handling. Pre-cooled reefers take over, keeping cargo near 3 degrees Celsius all the way to distribution centers and supermarket loading bays.
In cold rooms held around 0 to 4 degrees with high humidity, mushrooms quickly chill and hold their firmness for over a week.
At the distribution center, inspectors confirm pulp temperature and log pallets into chilled staging so the cold chain never breaks.
Best practice displays keep mushrooms between 1 and 4 degrees, rotated often, and kept away from wet racks and ethylene-producing fruits.
Please. From sterile lab cultures to refrigerated shelves, every step is engineered so that a delicate mushroom arrives